Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. I hope you can hear me. Maria should be coming in a second as well, but for now let me know if you can see me and hear me well. That would be greatly appreciated. All my favorite top drives players. It's been a while since the last time we've talked, so we had to hello everyone, welcome. Cringe. Yeah, it's been a while since our last live stream. Must have been over a month, almost a month and a half. For some reason I don't see anything in the chat. It's either no one's typing anything or I don't know. Don't see the chat. I can see the chat on like on the restream, but nothing here yet. Oh yeah, I guess there's people from maybe Twitch or something like that. I don't know. That's weird. Oh yeah, there we go. Multi-stream. Yeah, they should now start appearing here. Hopefully. That's really strange. It is not. I only see the Twitch chat for some reason. Oh yeah, there we go. It's working. Yeah, perfect. It took some time to load, but we're there. Yeah, Maria's coming in a second. So. Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to the live stream again. Really nice to see you all, my favorite top drives players. So we've got, a few things to discuss today, but mainly obviously it's going to be the Q&A. So yeah, I wasn't feeling very well last week, so we had to move it, and obviously we can't go live. Hello.
Oh, hi, have you started?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
We're already 1 minute past.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty
You're very
strict with time, so
very punctual.
Yeah, exactly. I think your microphone should be on.
Oh, yeah,
These are good microphones. This is not like a. Whoa, careful.
That was my glass of water almost going down.
Yeah, is there enough space? So yeah, let's say hi to Maria, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, great to see everyone. Great to see everyone. I love chatting with our top drives players. Let's get a few more people joining in. Obviously, we already have some questions come in, but yeah, as usual, we have this structure where we have 5 sort of main questions that we respond to, and then these guys get the carbon fiber pack. All the questions are picked from the KT Play forums, and the rest of the questions we just pick a bunch. They're not getting anything, but they get their questions answered. Oops. So we've got maybe I think 13 secondary questions and 5 main, plus we will look at the list of bug fixes for the upcoming patch 14.6, which is in the final stages, probably maybe a week or two, something like that. It's not exactly, we cannot say very clearly when it's coming, but it should be coming quite soon. But there's a bunch of bug fixes in there. I just wanted to maybe have a quick look at those, because on Discord we have this bug report section and people keep sending the same bug reports. I just wanted to address a couple of them. Yeah, we've got some good people saying hi. I'm not going to be naming everyone. I have some familiar faces as well.
Hi. Can you hear me well? Should I get closer to the microphone?
These are good microphones. These are proper microphones, but it's a big space in here, so might have to be a bit louder. Shall I just switch to our Q&A section in this case? And we've put together this little document for you. Let me just very quickly check the Facebook chat. I'll have it open here this time. So hi Gert, hi Matthew from Facebook, Benjamin, Matthew again, Ryan, Misha, Darius, and Leandros. Very nice to see all of you. Anyway, our first 5 questions from the main section.
Could you move it so I can see the chat as we're...
Yep.
Sorry.
Un momento.
Oh, some Spanish. Yeah, as you can see, we have the heating turned on today. We don't have our winter coats on like in the last live stream.
Yeah. We basically we had our leadership team look at the live stream, and we had to fill a couple of forms and complaints and everything like that. But it worked. I don't know how to put it better. Let me do maybe even more.
Yeah, you can.
It's just that we wouldn't see what's on our screen, but at least we can see the chat better. Any questions from like the chat straight away that we can answer? Will we have a roadmap, I guess, update? Roadmap about the March? If you mean just March, no, we're not gonna have a roadmap update in March, but we will have one in April, as we do them quarterly. And to be fair, there's quite a lot that has already changed since the last one, but let's give it a bit more time. So it's going to be interesting. Some good comments. Thanks to whoever made the first 20 rounds of the Tiger Challenge pretty good and not frustrating as the horror show on Christmas. it is horror show for a reason. Where hope the rest of the challenge will be like that. Yes, seeing some really nice responses. But yeah, we'll get to.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that?
Of course.
We said we took the feedback from Horror Show and Christmas Collection, and as a design team, we came together to try to normalize a little bit the difficulty according to the prizes. So I'm really happy to hear, and the whole team is very happy to hear that everyone's been enjoying Year of the Tiger. So yeah, keep giving us some feedback as you get through it. Yeah,
exactly. So, number one question from Koi Yui Racing: is a 14.6 version coming, or how long is PL15 away? Well, obviously these are two different versions. I'm assuming not everyone knows that 14.6 is coming, but yeah, 14.6, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is coming soon. My assumption is a week or two from now, something like that. We're working on it. I mean, date is nearly locked, I think, so most of the things are done there. So obviously next steps are submission and waiting to get approved. So it's coming there. What's coming in the update? Mainly there's a lot of bug fixes. So there's always a lot of background work that we don't really put on the release notes, but we're also will be bringing a whole bunch of new 3D environments. So for the people who've been asking when are these coming, they should be coming in the next update. Not all of them. There are still some maps that haven't been updated to this new standard, but they're coming. A whole lot of them are coming, and also we have 36 new car models coming in that update. So there are two batches of them basically. The classics and the originals. So we'll talk about them in detail later. But they should be able to cover, I think, a majority of cars that we have currently in the game. Well, in fact, they will apply to, I think we only have 18 at the moment, or 14 or something like that. I can't remember, 20. I can't remember the number, but we only have at the moment 20 car models. So we'll have 36, and then in the future updates we'll bring more. So likewise, we will have more environments in the upcoming updates as well. So new environments are coming in 14.6, which is releasing within the next couple of weeks. How long is PL15 until PL15 can release? There is no estimate or timeline we can give to you. We can only say that we are very actively working on it. And we did have a sort of a desire to release an update before the end of 2021, but the cars that we had access to, we had some really nice cars in there, but the cars we had access to still didn't really make for a very good update in terms of creating events and challenges. So we decided to get more licenses, get more cars, and that's why the update is going to come out later. But obviously this is essential that a car update gives enough gameplay, so that's why it takes a bit of time. But we might even have 14.7. So yeah, there's if that gives you any indication of when the next big car update might be coming. I don't know, do you want to maybe read out the next question if you don't mind, Maria?
Read it out?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's my first opportunity. We had from Ren Masamune, I hope I said that correctly. We had noticed there are new packs that are coming available on stores since last week. I would like to ask if in the future, are they planning to revamp the pack store and maybe allow individual update packs to be bought in cash in store, like Great Exhibition Premiums, Japan Pro Tour Premiums, and the lot? As the cars featured in the game is getting bigger, will newer buyable premium packs... Will new buyable premium packs be next? That's a really good question. So in the roadmap, we share that we're revamping the navigation of the store. And as part of that, that will give us the opportunity to perhaps have more packs. We're still deciding what packs those could be. I think there's a question further down about the new packs that you've been seeing in the store with those requirements and new discounts. So yeah, we're considering what will be contained in the store when we do the revamp. With the new navigation style, it'll be a lot easier to find the different packs you want to buy, because right now I think there was a cool meme of a burnt hand during December because there were so many packs in the store. So with the new navigation system, we can have more and not make it more difficult for you to find what you want to purchase. I can't give details right now whether they're going to be Great Exhibition or Japan Pro Tour, but we've heard your feedback that you're a bit stuck on the new championship because you can't buy packs with those cars, so we're thinking about it.
Yeah, great question, and that's where the second carbon fiber pack goes. Question number 3 from Frederick56. Hi Hutch team, I was wondering from the past 12 months what update modification that has been introduced you are considering a great success and which ones you think did not work as expected. Thanks. Well, I guess I could start talking about this, and I don't know if my team really gave me any permission to talk about anything that we do not consider a success, but I think we do consider everything that we've done a success. But there might have been some obstacles on our way, let's put it this way, but we've everything that we wanted to do we've done, and there have been like a lot of changes to the game in the past 12 months. I hope you cannot hear the plane, or is that a helicopter? I don't know, it might be a helicopter.
It might be.
Yeah, anyway, I think one of the main things that came last year were challenges, and all these additions to challenges, something that it was introduced I think in March last year, so it's been about 12 months. And obviously these challenges are pretty much giving the direction for the game at the moment. We have all these Year of the Tiger, Horror Show, Christmas Collection, all these things that couldn't be implemented without having the ability to run multiple challenges at the same time. So this is the most, I guess, essential thing that has been done. But there have been, as when Maria joined, since Maria has joined, we've been having a lot of various quality of life features. I think by this time there's been dozens of things that you guys have been asking for us to do for a while, and I personally, I've been at Top Drives for almost 2 years now, and I know that even in my first year, these things were not moving as fast as both players and the team maybe wanted. So yeah, it's good to see there's a lot of progress in there. I mean, obviously we can be concerned about things with these flexible packs. They're having some issues here and there, hiccups, and obviously they added some dev time. I don't think there's any reason to deny that, and we absolutely accept the fact that it might not have been it might have been a bit of a rough start for those, but they had to be done because these offers are really essential for how we can provide better gaming experience in the future, because now we don't have to update all these packs. We do not have to update the game to get these packs in. We can do everything like from without any updates. So it gives us a lot of flexibility, and there have been hiccups, but I think we're getting there. And is there anything
we pushed we managed to find the root cause for what was in the first minutes when a flexible pack went live and it was giving you cars that didn't match the requirements. We believe we found the root cause and put a fix live. So if you're still experiencing these issues, just get in contact with customer support and let us know. Because from our perspective, this should now be running smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. And with the bug fixes, we've got a whole bunch in 14.6, and we really appreciate everyone reporting those bugs to us. We do have a lot of reports. I would say as soon as the update drops, we have most of the bugs already logged within the first 48 hours. It happens pretty quickly because we have inputs from different teams. We have people on the team who just play the game, but we also have community, we have support and Q&A, QA. And so and these are logged fairly quickly, and you will see in the next update that these are being logged. Yeah, some bugs are here for years, but you have to specify which ones first. And secondly, there might be some bugs that are actually difficult to resolve, but they might not be as impactful to the gameplay. You're still able to play the game, which is why they might not be so high on the priority list, right? So if there's something that is completely game breaking, something that prevents players from having the good gameplay experience, it will be resolved as soon as possible. Other things might be moved down the list, but you have to specify when you cannot just shout out some bugs are here for years. I'll take that one, the fourth one from Air Porsche 1. So what are your thoughts on the criticisms that you received from players on KD Play and the Discord? And what are some ways that players can better communicate thoughts and ideas? I know that oftentimes KD Play and the Discord get overloaded with things, so sorting through it can be a pain for devs. What would you recommend we do communicate those thoughts, to communicate those thoughts, and is there a plan for a dedicated space for that in the future? I think we are we have good channels for receiving feedback. I really don't see what else we can do. We do scan all these platforms regularly, and people on the levels of engagement are a bit different between KD Play and Discord, whereas on KD Play a lot of players just talk to each other. Discord allows a bit more communication between devs and players, so that's just sort of the natural way the platform works. But we get a lot of feedback, and we're not really having that much trouble sorting through the feedback. And if we look at the list of things we have lined up for the game, we do see everything. We just obviously don't share lists of features and problems and potential and developments that we're planning to work on. But we do get feedback, and I really don't see a huge room for improvement in my opinion. I think maybe we could communicate things better the other way to you guys, but I'll say this: we have we've brought roadmap updates every quarter now, so we communicate on the things that are being developed, and I can see how questions for these Q&As, how they change massively. And the things that you guys have been asking from us a year ago are completely different from what I'm seeing now. The last Q&A live stream thread on KD Play I've looked at, these questions that I was picking here, these are all new. Most of them are new questions, and secondly, they're not that difficult to answer. These are not some very fair, how do I say it? Not cerebral things like you have to look into trophies and things like that. So we are seeing a lot of improvement in what questions you guys are asking from us, and I think we've been doing quite well. But another point to add, we are still a pretty small team. We're currently looking for community coordinators for each of our games, who will be very hands-on with you on all of our platforms, whose main job will be solely dedicated on getting feedback and responding to you. So this is one way we want to improve communication a bit better. So stay tuned, because there will be some announcement quite soon. I hope that answers it. So there's a question from V8 Eater. I don't know if you want to talk about this, Maria, but I guess it's about car corrections. I can. It's probably a bit for me as well, so I can talk about that. You have a whole forum with thousands of posts dedicated to wrong car stats and or completely wrong cars. Why are none of them getting fixed? I uploaded stuff there 3 years ago, so I know they haven't been fixed, even though there are official articles and other sources proving my cars being wrong. So it's a great question. We, as mentioned before, we have a dedicated team of player car correctors, and you probably know most of them, and they have massive list of car corrections available to them. The thing is, their resource is limited, but also our resource to process these corrections is limited, because we often would like them to rather look at the cars that might be coming later than look at all the cars that already exist in the game, because there are more than 2,000 cars in the game, and with every new car update, hierarchies change, stats change, and things need to be looked at again and again, and it might happen with every single new car update. So what happens is that we have these car correctors mainly looking at upcoming cars, and they still have all these lists of old cars that need corrections, so they're not going anywhere. We are in the process of hiring a car manager who will be also looking at whose main job will be looking at car corrections, but they will be in-house and they will be working with car correctors still, but that will streamline this process a little bit better. So at the moment we're mainly looking at the upcoming cars. When we're able to sort these faster, we will be able to look at the cars that already exist and need corrections. So we are actively looking at the process. This is nothing that we haven't forgotten about this. You might have noticed that with the closure of the vanilla forums, the car corrections section has disappeared. So at the moment there is no way to submit car corrections apart from sometimes people go to the bug sections, but that's intended. So there's a huge list of outstanding corrections that we just know about already, and we need to process what we have at the moment first before we get to those older corrections. So it's going to come back eventually, that car corrections list, but at the moment it is not essential. But we recognize everything you guys are saying about corrections, so hope that helps. Okay, that was
just to add something. I don't know if the question is also related potentially to corrections that we've done and they're not live in the game. That's why you don't see that they've been done. I don't know the specifics of what cars are being mentioned here. But we also have been holding back on some corrections because they can be significant, and we don't want to affect players who, I don't know, for example, you've maxed an epic and then it becomes a legendary. This is a purely hypothetical example. And then that player has an advantage over other players because they've only had to use ultras instead of epics to max the car. So we're developing, it's actually in development right now, a feature for making car corrections fair for all players. And so perhaps once that's done, you'll see some of these cars being corrected in the game.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about this too much at the moment, but I think some info on that will be included in the next roadmap update. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so that's the first 5 questions done and answered. Congrats on your carbon fiber packs. You don't have to do anything. I have your IDs. I will award you those packs tomorrow. So please don't. Oh, wait, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'll do it as soon as possible, basically. Yeah, and I will let.
Are you working on Saturdays, Dimitri?
And I'll let everyone know when I'm done with that. So we're moving to the next section, but before we go there, do we have any questions from the audience that might be interesting that we would like to answer?
I see. Bear Aladi, I'm very sorry if I mispronounce your name. Too many bugs, had to stop playing a while ago. Well, we are putting a lot of bug fixes into 14.6, so it would be nice if you could try it again and then let us know if we have fixed the bugs that are preventing you from enjoying playing the game. It would be nice to get that feedback. In terms of questions, I haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, Alexis is saying really glad that you want to get someone to correct all the wrong cars. Yes, we've been looking for a car manager for a while, and someone dedicated. Obviously we have Will. You know him from the Top Drive show, but he's only helping us maybe 2 or 3 days a week, if I'm not mistaken. We want someone full time and just purely dedicated to this. So we're getting quite a few new exciting hires. If that's of any interest, as I'm also mentioned the community coordinators. We already have a bunch of basically like outsourcers who respond to your questions on social media, but we want to have someone involved with the community a bit more, because it's very likely that I'll be slightly moving to a different position and I might not be so visible anymore on Top Drives at least, and we will have someone who's like bam, just deep in there, talking to everyone, responding to questions, because at the moment we're a bit stretched in terms of what we can do with our time every day. The blur effect. We do have actually a question, so we'll talk about this. Anyway, let's just go to the Q&A because we have 35 minutes left. So,
okay.
Sidzi, will the future challenges, Year of the Tiger, two-tone silver screen overlap, or will a set schedule be used to space them apart equally? I think this is for you, Maria.
Well, I think for now the plan is to not overlap based on the feedback we received in December. This is not to say that we won't do it again. Between A Year of the Tiger and the next collection series, at least I can say it will not overlap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I don't have anything else to add.
So there's a question about the RQ79 Plus epics in the chat. Are there any plans to fix them? So yeah, that's sort of part of what Maria said one question ago. We are working on a system to create more fair card corrections. So we'll talk about this later. Yeah, but this it will address one of these things. Yes. So and also like low level legendaries, a bunch of stuff, and not necessarily legendaries. Any card that is potentially going to somewhat break the game, let's put it this way, by being corrected. We are looking into it very closely. David Webb, would it be possible to get carbon fiber packs for the updates always in the store? JPT packs would be particularly useful for some levels I'm stuck on in the Skyline Championship. I think Maria kind of talked about this briefly, but I'm not sure about, do we want to have all the carbon fiber packs in the store? I don't think it's I've heard too many discussions about this, to be honest.
Well, I think it depends as well, the rarity of the cards from which you're stuck with. If they're under super rare, then the carbon fiber wouldn't give you those cards guaranteed. Yeah, but we did actually speak about it briefly yesterday, so we're thinking about how we can help you get unstuck. If you could tell us the rarity of the cards, that would be helpful for those decisions.
Yeah, there are questions about trophies, but we've been doing some experiments. I've actually not looked into this for a while, but we've been changing things here and there, having lower or higher entrance 6,000 trophies for some events, and I think there were some recent changes. But do you have anything to share about this at all, Maria, or should we not touch this question at the moment?
About the trophies? Yeah, you saw the experiment that we did, and I think the outcome of that experiment is that there's always going to be someone unhappy, because it's a leaderboard. Someone has to be towards the end in the mid tier of a leaderboard. And we're trying to think about ways to make that change less impactful to all players. Nothing I can share with you yet, but we are digging into the data analytics, understanding how many players are in each trophy, like breaking down the smaller buckets of trophy bands and seeing how many players are there, and considering just design solutions to improve this. Yeah, I can't share any more details right now, but we are definitely looking into it and trying to find the best solution.
Yeah, so Nico, one of my favorite people to answer to ask questions, but
Nico!
Yeah, but it's a different question this time. Yeah, he usually asks the same question, but it's different. So is it possible to add a token exchange round for a theme challenge series Just like in the Summer Games challenge where we could choose between several epics, the last few challenges were hard because they were requiring very specific cars, e.g. Example the G63 that you obviously don't pull despite opening several CFs. That way it could also stop making the surplus of tokens pointless. Example, 1 token for an epic or 2 ultra rare, 2 tokens for legendary or 2 epics and so on. Yeah, I think we've mentioned the feedback we got regarding G63 and similar cars, that obviously it's a problem when these stay there as blocks, and we hear the feedback and we'll try to avoid them as much as possible. When it comes to a token exchange round for theme challenges, I think it will depend on the theme challenge. We're not necessarily going to have the same design each time, and some of them might have this, some of them might not have this. What do you think, Maria, as someone who designs these? Do you have anything to add?
So I'm not designing a year of the tiger, so I don't have all the details to share. It is an idea that we learned from Summer Games. It could be used because I'm not designing it. I don't want to make any guarantees or share anything specific about it. It is something that we could use, but I'm not sure if we'll do this or if we'll apply something else to help you get more packs or certain cars for the collection. We'll see as Year of the Tiger plays out.
Yep, exactly. Question from user Commander. My question is going to be, will you be adding Japan Pro Tour premium and standard packs to the store due to the new championship? I don't know. No?
Oh, I think this is the same.
Yeah, it's the same as the first one. Yeah.
Let us know what specific cards you're stuck with, and that'll be quite helpful.
ID 498114203. Will there be changes in daily events to be competitive for everyone, not only players who have tuned S cars? I don't know. I feel like daily events at the moment are quite low in our priority. I mean, they're there just to give players and everyone an opportunity to race their best cars that they have. I think that I don't think it's very high on the priority at the moment. Just now, I've not heard anything else. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think we'd prioritize the club's requirements over this. This may change, but at least at the moment, we'll prioritize clubs.
There's a question, from Magma Fires 2. Hey, I like the new challenges that have been made. How would you think letting the community design a challenge or 2 per month? Maybe we could surprise you. Maybe. I've not received a single design yet, so you can always reach out to me and forward me one if you have one. If you have an idea, feel free. It's not that we're extremely rigid with our designs. If it's a good design that we enjoy, why not? I think that's a good opportunity to try. So send me a private message with your design if you have an idea, and we can have a look at it. So why not?
Yeah.
No, what was next one? Oh yeah, how are Hutch from Steve? How are Hutch finding the 4-day week? Is it impacting the game at all? I.e., support, event schedules, update, activity, etc. So today is Friday and we're in the office, which means we still don't have the 4-day week. But no, we're not working 4-day week yet. I think it starts in June and it'll be a 6 months trial. And there are a lot of discussions, so we're not just straight away, immediately switching to it. It needs some time and a lot of thinking. I think the team is having a lot of discussions in terms of how to reduce the number of meetings that we're having, how to optimize all the processes that we have. Inevitably, people will be working overtime because some people just like working overtime and they like working in late hours. So this will happen, but at the moment we haven't got much to share. This is just something that's coming in the future. Is there someone coming? Oh, not nice.
The door opened.
Yeah.
Oh, I will be back in a second.
Nah, it's alright.
Okay.
You can let her. I guess you can let her know. Yeah, we're busy.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, where we already have cleaners because it's a bit too late. So sorry about that.
Oh no. I'm rolling away.
Do I need to hold you?
Yes.
Have you tried talking to Toyota from Tommy Chow on Facebook? I heard they are hard to get into the games now. They've always been pretty hard to get, I suppose. I know that we have a license manager for the past maybe 4 or 5 months who's been working on. I don't really know. I've not heard all that much. I know that they're having a lot of discussions with various manufacturers. Toyota specifically, I have nothing to share at the moment. But yeah, we do.
I will be back.
Yeah. Can you hear that? It's the Hoover working. This is so silly. Yeah. So with regards to Toyota, I have absolutely nothing to share. I can share the fact that we've had a few discussions with some manufacturers in terms of doing collabs. The manufacturers that are already existing, such as I think Volkswagen, have been pretty open about having some kind of in-game event. But yeah, this is very very early in discussions at the moment. One thing I've told them and to our licensing manager is that we're open to everything and we're happy to do everything with everyone. So just let us know. It's okay. Next one. Can we get a reroll option on packs? Seen it work in many other online card-based games. From Vede73. So I don't think this is a consideration at the moment. I think we've talked about this, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I actually did some exploration for this type of feature, and even when I've seen it applied in other games like roster RPGs or even card games, it's not widely available. It's usually only available for certain pack types and in certain situations. It just didn't feel right for Top Drives. Like, we couldn't really think of a way to introduce this and make it feel fair. Like it's possible in other games because of how the game design works. So yeah, for now it's not in our priorities. We might look at it again in the future, but for now it's not.
Question from Colasi Leandros. I think he's in the chat actually. But yeah, it's a long question, so let me read it out. So good evening. I would like to say in general the content of cars in the game, whether there's less quantity of new cars in each update, because before the pandemic we saw every 3 months updates with a large amount of new cars, and during we see less quantity with margin 9 months. It can be licensing and so on, but generally there are hundreds of thousands of cars and racing models. The tactic will be from now on we will generally see a small amount of new cars every 9 months, or a small amount of or a small amount every 3 months, or a large amount every 3 or 9 months. Surely the player's choices will be tens of thousands who ask where he can easily get licensed. A small amount is less than 200, and a large amount over 200 and something. Last, will we see in the future updating 400 new cars in one update, e.g. in the future?
Okay, take a breath, Dimitri.
That's alright. So yeah, it's a long question, but I think the main sort of question here is why have the updates gotten smaller, and or why is the distance between the updates has increased? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Yes, there's a lot to do with licensing. We will bring into the game cars that we have managed to license, but also the cars that are forming, as I mentioned, a strong basis for gameplay, for live ops, for events, for challenges, for championships. So all these cars that we're bringing, like Japan Pro Tour, the reason why we were able to deliver that update is because for the past 6 months we've been running all kinds of events using these cars. So every update must be providing this sort of gameplay basis. We also have over 2,400 cars in the game at the moment, which is a big number. So adding more and more cars becomes more difficult with that in mind. A lot of the cars we have already licensed, and it really does become a bit more difficult. And The main reason is, as I mentioned, is the fact that there are just certain licenses that we're able to get, certain licenses we're unable to get, and I think over time that the time between the updates is not set, so there is no like tactic or strategy here. As I said early in the live stream, we wanted to have an update before the end of 2021, but it just wasn't making a good update in terms of gameplay. So we decided to wait a little bit and bring more cars. So there's no like strategy or tactic. If someone called us tomorrow, 5, 6, 7 different manufacturers, and said, "Oh, there are 200 licenses we have for our cars. You can have them in the game tomorrow. We will release an update with these cars tomorrow." So it's a bit of a more complicated process that it's not easy to have a very strict timeline for this. But yes, the time generally probably will stay sort of increased compared to what we had early in the game, because we only had 700 cars in the very beginning of Top Drives, and it's now 3-4 times more than that. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this?
No, I don't think it's not fully locked in at the moment how we're going to go forward. We're trying different things, and I think you'll see not only this year but also next year that we'll be trying different formats, and also looking towards your feedback on what you enjoy. And yeah, join the discussion. I am really curious about what would you prefer. Do you prefer to have new cars being released in the game maybe twice a year, and you have around 600, 700, 800 cars dropping out once, and then there's a lot of new things to collect? Or would you prefer more releases throughout the year but in a smaller number? Yeah, I'm just really interested to hear what your thoughts are on this.
Yeah, so Michael Saraglu on Facebook is asking, will the vehicle models become more detailed and specific? Like I said earlier in the live stream, we're bringing 36 new high-fidelity car models in 14.6 to be good addition to the new environments that we're bringing. So you'll see those very soon. I'm losing a bit.
Oh.
Apologies.
On the car sounds, I'm also curious. I read pretty much every message that's shared on the Discord game suggestions. So if you post there what you think, if we had to prioritize new sounds, what sounds would that be? I'm curious to hear.
So El Nino, I noticed that you guys have been playing around with the flexible packs. I mean, we kind of answered that, so I think we should.
Oh, sorry, could I continue? Both Tommy and Richard have just said smaller number releases while fixing current cars, and then more car releases regularly in smaller quantities, please. Oh, I thought they were the same, but they're actually different.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. So yeah, ID 48079080. Do Top Drives players recognize you in public due to your YouTube fame and your work with the awesome game? Do you get any celebrity packs? No. I've never been recognized. So I've been a CM for a while. I've never been recognized. So.
I recognize you.
Yeah, well, but we work together. But if it was someone from the community, probably not.
Yeah, we're just normal human beings going about our life.
Yeah. Are you considering to undo the blur effect? Erdor is asking. It is really annoying. So, no.
I'm happy to answer this one.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it was really good to get your feedback when we released the blur effect, because it's difficult to gauge across so many different devices. We did the testing for flagship devices to help us measure how much of the blur effect would exist, and it's very difficult to gauge how much of the blur you're going to see. And so based on your feedback, we've taken it very seriously, and we've tried something new to attempt to reduce the blur effect for higher performing devices. So when we do the next release, it'll be really good to hear your feedback, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, and if you could share the device that you're playing on. The reason why we added the blur effect is because the game has so many cars, and we're going to continue adding cars onto it, and so to not severely increase loading times, and the game can only use a certain amount of memory of the phone before the stores actually reject the game. We need to have different ways of loading in the car images, and this is a solution to allow us to do that as you scroll through your garage and enter different parts of the game. Now, we understand that the blur effect was unpopular, and we're trying to minimize it as much as possible. We can't completely remove it for everyone, because we do need to think about the players that are using older devices, lower performing devices, so that they can continue to have a really good Top Drives experience. But do let us know what you think when we do the next release. We hope it improves your experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great answer. So it's not like a fancy blur effect, just to be clear. It has a function. Alps Spiro, can you add a home button that takes you back to the main screen so we don't have to keep pressing back 6 times? Maria.
It's on the quality of life list. The quality of life that we shared in the roadmap, those are still higher priority. This one is not too far down. It's amongst some of the new filters that you've been asking, like the ownership and whatnot. So I can't say when we'll get to it. I can only say that the ones that are on the roadmap will be done first before this one. But I play Top Drives and I understand what you're saying.
Last question from Ren once again. A long time ago, new players had experienced a possible update to the user interface of the game. Previews shown before it is albeit almost the same as a darkened and improved theme. Is that quality of life feature will be implemented in the future? Forgive me, but I don't have any news from the devs since. We've actually mentioned that in roadmap. I can't remember, was it the October or January one, but yes, basically we found, like, you correct me if I'm wrong, Maria, but we found like little difference in what players in like engagement and everything that we've seen between players using the older UI and the new UI. And considering the dev time that would be needed to be spent on developing new UI and having all these new features, we've decided to not go ahead with it. However, we will take some learnings from and you've already seen a bunch of them, I think, in the quality of life stuff at least. Yeah, we'll take learnings from that test and bring it into the existing UI, but we're not going to be drastically changing the UI.
I think we've decided to take an approach by making improvements throughout time to the existing interface, improving the navigation, improving the general usability, improving the consistency as well between colors, fonts, just all of these small things that can affect the experience overall. Instead of making this big overhaul and having to completely redesign a design system. So I think over time and even throughout 2022, you're going to see some improvements.
Exactly. Oh, there's one more question that I've missed. From Wolf Chick. What does featured car mean on back description? Maria.
Oh, yeah, this is super fair. The featured car means that that car that we show you can drop from that pack. It's not meant to represent a guaranteed car you're going to get, nor have to represent the car render that's shown on the pack. We have listened to you and we understand how it could be confusing, especially with other languages when this term gets translated. So we're thinking about ways to name it in a clearer way that won't be out in 14.6. We're going to make improvements to the translations, but not the English name of the feature. We are considering how to better name it in English as well. Perhaps you'll see a change in the future.
Yeah, we recognize there was some confusion.
Yeah.
We're at the bug fixes section of 14.6. I just wanted to run quickly through those with everyone. So I'll read them out, but you can see them on the screen. Fixed the crash occurring when tapping on the stats on the back of the card whilst fusing. So this is a 14.5 issue. Introduced a fix to duplicate push notifications. Yes, so this one's been there for ages, but it seems that we've managed to fix it. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully this will eliminate the issue with these annoying repeated push notifications. Fixed car models appearing large on twisty circuit track. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Fixed an issue with the mountain to dry environment not displaying. Yeah, it had this black background thing. I think it's also a 14.5 bug. Removed a subtle line that appeared near the top speed value when wishlisting a car. There's only some people with very good eyes could notice that. Fixed an issue with the lock icon on some campaigns regions appearing larger than usual. Probably not that many people cared about this, but we still fixed it. Fixed an issue with cars missing in the holding pool after filtering with an active quick search. Handy one. Fixed an issue that caused the last two cars in the holding pool to swap around when selling cars. Game crashing when attempting to upgrade a car that has just completed the fusing process. Oh yeah, this one's minimizing the app when moving a card in your garage or hand selection screen caused the card to be set in the bottom left. Hopefully it's fixed. Fixed the stuck spinner animation. It's gonna be spinning again. Yeah, it was just like stuck, but it was still kind of spinning, but it was stuck. So yeah, we fixed that. Gold price is not appearing on certain packs in the store. That's fixed, and there was a little placeholder displaying Ferrari on one of the campaign menus, so that's been resolved as well. So yeah, this is what we have for the upcoming update. Something might come in, something might come out. This is a tentative list. Not everything is going to be sort of final. So yeah, we're done with the with this section. I think Maria, you wanted last time we spoke, you wanted 5 minutes to ask questions from players as well. If I remember correctly, is there anything that you want to ask people?
Oh, as if you want to use this opportunity to. We're looking at the chat. If you want to put some questions in, we can try to answer them impromptu. And if you've asked a question above and it hasn't been answered, if you could retype so that we don't have to scroll and try to find it.
Yeah, we did try to answer as many as we could. One
question: the car is a beast in slalom smooth test. I don't know if you can expect a buff. We can look into it.
Who won the carbons? So 5 people who won the carbons. First, Koi, you. Well, let me just put this on the screen.
You have to announce it, Maury.
Koi UWE Racing ran Frederick 56, Air Porsche 1, and V8 Eater. I'll repeat. Koi UWE Racing ran Frederick 56, Air Porsche 1, and V8 Eater. Carbon fiber winners.
More questions. Thoughts on adding more single-player campaigns? We are thinking about it. We are definitely going to add more championships. So, for example, like the Yellowbird and the Skyline. In terms of campaign areas, it's a possibility. Yeah, we're discussing. We want to do it when it makes sense. Maybe when we have new environments or something to celebrate. We'll have to see.
Can there be another influence factor to be on the forum? No, because we are not the developers of the forum software, KT Play. We are just using it, and it's up to the developers of KT Play to decide what they can have on their forum.
Are there any plans to award the Copa Camaros? They appear a lot in the ongoing Porsche Challenge, and it got me wondering. No solid plan. I'll look into it as well. I'm curious about getting these answers now for myself too. As you guys get pizza today. Are you buying pizza?
No, but well, I mean, Blossom's probably asking because we went to go to pizza after when he was around. But no, I didn't have pizza, but I can tell you I've had a chicken burger, 2 chicken drumsticks, 12 chicken nuggets, 4 like pickles and cheese and a bunch of chips as well, because we had one guy named Guy leaving the company, so we had a lunch in there. So it's completely true.
That's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
What else? Could there be like the daily events, maybe daily challenges, just short ones that are the same but give a few rewards? Well, you saw not daily, but you saw the fun short challenges that Robin made. So I think you'll continue seeing those. If they're going to become daily, I think we'll have to improve our live ops tools to get us there. It's a long-term goal to be able to always give you a lot of content and challenges. It will take us a little while to get there. What else? Zentia is the king of slaloms. Can you add more race types in the campaign? Like be able to test car times, for example, the ocean short drag. You might find them in future championships because we reuse challenges. We use the challenges that currently exist to build like the combos of track sets that you get, so you could find them in the championships. I'm assuming you might be asking for the campaign because you have to unlock the championships. I'm not sure. You might find new tracks if we add more campaign regions, but no guarantees that will happen at the moment. The yellow bird. The yellow bird car. Do you know what car it is? What's the specific car? I've heard this.
Yellow bird, Epic 79 RQ, the roof.
Well, is there a possibility to retune the car on race 1, round 3?
Oh right, okay.
Oh, there you go. That's that. Yeah, I'll go and look into it to see what that is. Oh, thoughts on some community events. This is for you.
Yeah. Like we've had one. I think by community events, like Michael means events designed by community. Oh, community voting on new track styles, stuff like that. Yeah, like if you have any challenge design, please feel free to PM me. Like it's not a problem, and I'll pass it to the team, and team can have a look. Maybe if it's not like a very detailed challenge design, you can still send it. We can have a look. I can call it a user design stuff, but we have to see those things because I don't know. Maybe we need to get some kind of a competition created. I don't know. We'll see. Joshua, we cannot comment about anything that's coming to the game, unfortunately, about any brands. But yeah, we would like to see different brands added to the game.
No more questions.
Yeah, I think we're done, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And our next Q&A live stream should be a bit sooner than the previous one. We've had a bit of a gap because of a sickness, but we should have a March Q&A. If you want some interesting fact, we started having more people from the team in the office because we're kind of slowly getting back into the office. And we've had like a couple of team days already in the office, meeting everyone. I have to say it's weird because I've only been here for 2 years. 70% of the people on the Top Drives team, I think they joined after me. It does feel quite strange. A lot of new people, but the team has expanded as well. So yeah, it's been it's changed a little bit. Welsh boy, don't worry, you can watch the replay. It should appear on our YouTube. Hopefully within a couple of hours. It does so automatically. I cannot influence it appearing any sooner than that, but yeah, just keep an eye. We've recently reached 15,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, so that's nice. Anything else?
Just what Daniel said. Can the issue on data consumption of Facebook on iPhones be fixed? Of Facebook on iPhones? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I guess what he means is that a lot of players believe that the fact that we added Facebook Cloud is causing various issues.
Oh, I see. We have attempted to. We've received some instances of players reporting data consumption. We have fixed some potential root causes for 14.6, so please do let us know once you install it and you use it post that update if it keeps happening.
Will we ever reward the Volvo C303, the caravan? I don't know why not. We should. I think it's been in the game for a while, but we do have some cars that haven't been awarded since, even the American Dream. Depends on the use. I imagine it will be part of some kind of a Challenger collection series, because it's is it a uncommon, or I think, or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll give you an update. If you've missed any part of this live stream, just go to Top Drive's YouTube channel and it should appear, the replay should appear there any second. You will skip the first 5 minutes as we were waiting, but then you can watch the whole live stream. Thanks everyone for sending us the questions. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.